And what's up, guys? Doing a live weather update here. Talking about the severe weather chances that are actually increasing for portions of central and northern Illinois, including the Chicagoland area and south central Wisconsin, extending into the southeast corner of Minnesota and southwest portions of Wisconsin, even extending to portions of northwest Indiana and southwest Michigan. So there's going to be a outflow boundary that's lifted north right here, and there's also a boundary like this that's coming this way that's going to intersect with this boundary. There could be some forcing to kind of get some isolated supercells to develop along this boundary with some southerly and southeasterly surface winds that could indicate there's possible chances of some tornadoes developing, very large hailstones up to an inch plus in diameter, and then also significant damaging wind gusts as this might develop into a possible cluster that dives to the southeast as this southwest and northeast oriented boundary overlaps. This outflow boundary is west to east oriented, lift to north, and could push into the Chicagoland area later on this late afternoon to evening, producing wind gusts over 50 to 65 mile an hour plus wind gusts, even the possible chance of some brief spin up tornadoes as well. But the isolated supercells that develop early on in the event along this south west to east oriented outflow boundary is lifted north will actually have the better tornado potential, but it's still uncertain. That's why there's only a 2% tornado risk out for the area, which is this 2% tornado risk right here, and it extends all the way down into the I-88 corridor on 39 here. So watching out the chances of this boundary here, maybe getting some isolated supercells or isolated storms developing here south of the 88 or I-90 corridor there. And then also this is the 2% tornado risk that kind of covers the whole area across southern Wisconsin into northern northwest Illinois, kind of focusing along that boundary for the most part, where we could see some isolated to scattered supercell storms developing. We're just waiting to see how the visible satellite interacts with the boundaries and where the cloud cover from the early on convection across central northern Wisconsin is going to interfere with maybe some instability or some convection and capping issues. So we'll see. So we'll see what actually happens with this. Let's go ahead and check out the visible satellite here. Here's your visible satellite. And you can see why they issued that 2% there. You can see there's actually some cumulus field there developing across northern Illinois now. And you can see that southwest and northeast oriented boundary there. Right there across southeast portions of Minnesota, you can see there's some cumulus developing. That's going to sag off to the southeast as that boundary down here across northern Illinois is to be lifted north. That's also going to increase the chances of some newer thunderstorm development. So you can see there's a boundary here, I assume, with some cumulus field that's extending off this cluster of storms. Southwest and northeast oriented, the boundary kind of goes like this. And you got the boundary here that's lifted north into the Wisconsin-Illinois border. So I bet they're focusing the tornado threat on that boundary, the outflow boundary that's lifted north. And we'll kind of go from there to see where our storms develop today. See the boundaries right here across northern Illinois on the Wisconsin border, and you got this southwest and northeast oriented boundary. And you can see that there's definitely some instability here building along that boundary just to the south. Already 3,500 Cape. Wouldn't be surprised that's pushing 4,000 or 4,500 by the afternoon and evening. Peak heating when those storms do develop. Wind shear is definitely going to increase across this area as well. 25, maybe the 40 knot bulk shear, and then the perimeters also increase as well. Looks like there's definitely some vorticity building up across the area on 3 kilometer Cape as well, building up across the area, so we're going to watch out for that. But this is a decent boundary it is setting up, and these two boundaries do intersect. It could increase the low-level wind shear across the area and could maybe get some tornadoes along some of these supercells that develop before it gets overran by more of a primary threat of damaging winds as that kind of pushes off to the southeast into the Chicagoland area later on this afternoon and evening. And I also want to give a shout out to our main collaboration sponsors, to Zone Watch. Make sure to look them up on Android or Apple Store, App Store. You can scan the QR code and download their app. You do get a free trial starting off, and then you can also get the subscription afterwards, but it's very good for the visible satellite reflectivity, showing lightning data and health tracks as well. Good for roofing companies and any restoration companies as well. Even good for beginners, so make sure to download this app right now. You can see in the QR code there, and make sure to download it to look at the radar today and severe weather it's happening. It's a very excellent app, especially for beginners who are trying to learn more about weather and then watching the weather. So that's my main collaboration with them. I do appreciate if you guys show them the same support as you show me, and make sure to download their stuff. Let's switching back to the radar right here. This is the 2% tornado risk, obviously, and then we have the wind risk that kind of covers most of the Chicagoland area here. So I'm guessing that there is going to be that MCS cluster that does develop, and that's going to be sagging off to the southeast here. It's going to kind of push into the Chicagoland area maybe late this evening, so that's why it's good to download the Zone Watch weather app so you can be able to watch how strong the surface winds are, because you guys can definitely see that on the app itself, and also how strong and where the wind direction and wind vectors are playing in. So, and you also have the health threat as well, which indicates southeast Wisconsin into northern Illinois and southwest and southern Wisconsin. Northwest and northern Illinois and southern southwest Wisconsin. So there you go, you got the health threat as well. But we're going to be blasting west northwest into Rockford and Beloit, Wisconsin, and sitting over there waiting to see where storms do develop, and we'll go from there. But it's definitely going to be a very interesting day for severe weather here across northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Just stay tuned for later live weather updates, and we'll go from there. But it's going to be interesting to see how today develops. And I do appreciate you guys following. Make sure to scan the QR code at the bottom left part of the screen to pull up all my social medias, including Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, my other Facebook as well. You can also see my sponsors on the left side of the page as well. There is tree removal services that I recommend if you guys get tree damage, and then also the roofing companies I do advertise that you need restoration as well. So I do appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be chasing out there later on today, and I'll go from there. So I appreciate you guys watching. Download the Zone Watch weather app, and we'll be live on there as well.